Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. Today I want to give you guys the draft-a-thon of the Rogue class. The Rogue class is a very interesting class because it does draft differently than almost all the others, because you generally have a game plan going in rather than picking for card quality in the first third or half of the draft and then deciding what you're actually playing. With Rogue, you kind of know you're playing like a tempo aggro or like a tempo mid-range deck, because that's just the one thing that Rogue does very well. And as a result, the arena drafting system is a little bit different than the others, and I thought it would be very helpful if I shared my insight on the matter. So I hope you guys enjoy the draft and a sample game with the deck afterwards, and maybe up your Rogue game. Rogue is one of the three classes in Un'Goro that is sporting a very, very healthy positive win rate. So it's pretty important to understand all the dynamics, even if you wish to not play Rogue, just so you know kind of how your opponent's decks are constructed. So enjoy, learn something, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I think it might be time for another how-to draft session with El Krippo. This time around, we're going to do Druid, because Druid is one of the most... Just kidding. Why the hell would you pick Druid?
Now is the time.
Alright. Oh, man. So the strategy going into the draft here is much like the other classes, but as a rogue, you kind of have an established theme. You know, if you're playing the other power classes like Mage or Paladin, Mage can be a lot of different things, Paladin can be several things. Rogue is almost always very simply a tempo deck. It's just sometimes you play like tempo with a few spiced in late game cards that are high quality. Other times you play just like straight aggro and go face constantly, and you know, but both of those things use a lot of the same cards, so we don't really have to, like, we can kind of pick knowing what our end game is even from the very start. That's a little bit different than the other classes. We're gonna go with Vicious Fledgling. This card is basically win 1 or 2 games for free. Basically, if you play this, your opponent doesn't have an answer, you just win that game. So, it's pretty good to have that. Sprint used to be a decent card, but again, we're almost always going aggro or tempo, and Sprint is a little bit weak. I like Sprint if I have a bunch of like Eviscerates, but Hard Removal is very good. It's a very high tempo card to just get something off the board for 5, because most people have late game cards. So Frostwolf Warlord, if we're playing a tempo deck, is actually a really big guy. So if we have like 2 guys on the board, it's a 5 cost 6/6, and that's really powerful. And if we're playing aggro/tempo, we will usually have a couple of guys when we play this. So this is pretty good. The Runt is okay, but the Runt can't really be treated as a 2-drop. It's more of like a 4 or a 5-drop. And if you're playing a 4 or a 5-drop and you have things on the board, Frostwolf Warlord is just better. Oh hey, we got the new most broken card in the game, Wildspine Slayer. I guess we will pick it, because it's obviously the most broken card in the game. Alright, cool. So we're going to disregard that. Lotus Assassin versus Blood Knight. At high wins, there's actually surprisingly a high number of AoE effects. Again, because there's a ton of people playing Mage and Paladin. So this ability is actually not as useful as it was in previous expansions, but nonetheless, it's probably a better card than Blood Knight, because as a rogue, you don't really have a problem with Divine Shields, you just take a little bit more damage. Wow, that's some clumsy crap. I'm tempted to try Counterfeit Coin. I've never really tried that card in Arena. I've also never really seen my opponents use that card and win with it in Arena. Huh. Alright, maybe it's a bad idea to pick the card. Midnight Drake is a pretty weak card, but hey, it's a dragon. Yeah. Again, very obvious cards. We're looking for some early game. The interesting thing with Rogue is we don't actually care if we get that many 2-drops. But taunts are actually very good. I think I'd rather have the big time Racketeer though. I just don't like cards that are not that aggressive. Glacial Shard's very good, but I've had a lot of success with Hallucination. I think the cards that discover other cards that your opponent can't possibly play around are kind of good right now in Arena, as you guys might know. We really have to get more 1-drops and 3-drops. I talked about how we don't really need 2-drops. That's because the rogue hero power is the single best hero power on turn 2. And also, you can just do it proactively. Like almost all the other hero powers except for Paladin, kind of like reactive Warlock, I guess, but who plays that nowadays? So not having 2-drops is fine if we have a lot of 1 or 3. 1s are good because we can do hero power with a 1-drop on 3. And we need a decent number of 4-drops as well. That's because we won't have that many 2-drops. So most likely we're going to hero power on turn 2. And on turn 4, if we have to play a 4-drop, if we have one, that's good. But we don't really want to play a 3-drop on turn 4. And then because we don't have too many 2-drops, we're not likely to do a 2-drop plus hero power again on turn 4. Alright. Psychotron? Sure. I lost to a saber-toothed stalker once. Wouldn't think much of it though. Getting a decent number of taunts is very important though. We are at 1-ish. Corrupted Healbot is surprisingly a good tempo card, but yeah, we have a lot of 5-cost cards, and we're really looking for a smooth curve. So Galaka Crawler, we don't need that many 2-drops, but it's an interesting 2-drop, and it's often a 2-drop you will save for turn 4 in case they drop a pirate on you, so it kind of fits the deck. Obsidian Shard is okay, but I'd rather not. Oh hey! Easy. Mimipod is card advantage, but it's extremely low tempo, and if it lands on a bad card, it's just kind of worthless. Corrupted Healbot, don't like it, but it's probably what we have to pick here. Yeah. Giving your opponent health is really bad if you're playing the more aggro side of the rogue class, but from the look of it, we are playing most of the tempo side of the rogue class, so it's okay in this deck. Violet Illusionist is going to save us from taking some damage. Between 1 and a 3, you always want the 1 because you can play it on 1 or 3 with the hero power. This is a pretty solid 4-drop Southie Squidface. I have to think that because it's a pirate, you're going to have a few unfortunate encounters with Galaka Crawlers, but we don't have that much early game, so it looks like we're going to be weaponing up on 2 or 3, hopefully not both. So if we're going to be weaponing up on 2 or 3, Southsea Squidface is an outstanding 4-drop. I think I'm actually going to take the Squidface. The Scarlet Crusader might be better against average opponents, but when we're playing other rogues and mages at high wins, I think I'm pretty happy just with that. Naga Corsair, very similar. We are going to often have a weapon active. It's a strong card, but again, it's a pirate, and that's a little bit scary. The advantage with Hallucination is it's very easy to use the card to combo our 2 Vilespine Slayers. Hallucination Vilespine is really strong. Man. We have 2 4-drops, and we need more than that. We're about halfway through. Naga's a good one. Hallucination's a good one. I'm gonna go with the Naga. I'm gonna follow Hearthstone Arena here. Charge Devilsaur is a more active card. It's a pretty high tempo card. Kill something, leave something on the board. We need to spice up our curve too. Servant of Calamos, very good. It's a pretty decent card for tempo even, and you get like 5 for 4/5. Discover, usually a late game card. That's like absolutely insane. But we don't have much for elementals, and we're pretty deep in the draft. But Servant of Calamos is probably a very underrated card in Arena right now. Oh man, only Firefly synergy, but the other cards are just trash, so yep, taking the Blaze. Right now, to review the deck, we're really struggling for early game. Again, we don't care about 2-drops too much. We have a decent number of 4s. I probably want to pick up 1 more 4, but if I could, I'd pick up like 3 or 4 more 3-in-1 drops. So, hey, a 3-drop. Hey, a 3-drop. Let's just take a look at the taunts again. I don't think we picked up very many. It looks like we are at 2 taunts. 2 taunts is very low. When you go second, you usually end up taking a lot more damage, and you need those taunts to stay alive. So Sunwalker's gonna be fine. Here, these cards are kind of bad. We did pick up another 4-drop. We're at 4 4-drops. We're at 4 3-drops. We have a lot of 5s, so that kind of plays into 3s because we won't do 3 hero power. We'll probably just be doing 5. Minus 10. Yeah, the card's not good. I'm actually thinking of taking the Pterodax Hatchling here. Arcanosmith is usually only good if you're winning by a lot on the board, which I'm not going to be. Plus a lower cost card is better with combos. It's just if I take this, I'm kind of done with 3-drops. Well, yeah, this is going to help me combo, I guess. I think it's going to tell me... Oh, the Blaze Collar. Oh man, the Blaze Collar does change that up a little bit, doesn't it? Nah, I'm taking Hallucination anyway. Eviscerate, very easy. Another Blaze. Oh man. Alright, so this is an extremely high card quality deck with very crappy synergy. It's usually the opposite of what you are getting when you pick Rogue in Arena. Usually picking Rogue, you're playing a very low quality deck with very high synergy and very efficient and consistent curve. We don't have that. But, well, now you know at least. How the hell are there so many priests? Okay.
Job done.
Priest is not too hard of a match most of the time. But Priest is just not particularly strong right now. That's why I'm surprised. Doing this over Knife Juggler to set up the Naga course here.
This only works on the simple mind.
Priest is really good against Mage and a few others. But pretty worthless against many others.
Justice is mine.
Look behind you.
Like Priest is just like auto loss if you're playing against the Warlock. If you're playing a good opener from a Rogue, going second against Hunter.
It's boom o'clock.
That's fine.
Justice is mine.
Scuttle the ship.
Dude, where's my crawler at? I wanna crawl that shit up. I'll leave it up, maybe he won't kill it off. 12-0 Rogue. Dude, I'm just hoping for 12 wins, dude. 3 Vilespine Slayers. Looks like a really good curve too. Alright, how are we doing this? Thinking of playing that. I can't really heal out of range of Dragonfire Potion, so the best I could do is go face.
I wonder.
No, because then I'd totally get wrecked by Dragonfire, because not even the Frostless Warbird will live. Alright, so the play is the double trade. Let's take less damage on the thing that heals him.
Quickly.
We can get that juggle guaranteed on face. So if he has Dragonfire, it's still really good. Okay. I think the single card you'd take from Shadow Visions is Dragonfire, so... Oh, it's death.
Gadgets and Gazette always gets the scoop.
Let me think if it's worth healing here.
Truth is my shield.
It goes to 5 health. I don't think it's worth healing.
Justice is
I'm gonna go for the face hit because I'm starting to run out of cards.
Pass me that arc light light's better.
Tortola, preserve us!
Eyes are open.
You could have mind control.
Justice is mine.
Justice shall prevail.
Okay, now we lose the Dragonfire. But he's played his draws. Only this card can be Dragonfire. Oh, I guess the top deck could also be Dragonfire.
Take heart. Earth Mother.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Okay, I guess I just won't kill that. That's pretty shitty. Oh, I guess I will kill that.
Or upon
Justice shall prevail.
Fine.
Justice is mine.
I don't have anything that would really help him, I don't think. Rip! Peace out, Priest Roni.